It kind of occurs to me that we've got something of a teaching moment here. I mean, what I put up on Facebook and stuff, of course, seems entirely straightforward to me. I mean, this is how I've been for what now? 40 odd years. So, of course, don't mind me sitting down. Right, that's better. Now, as I was saying, what I put on Facebook, of course, seems completely straightforward to me. That's just how my day is. So, it is nothing. But it occurs to me, of course, that, lots of other people don't think like that. In fact, not even in witchcraft and occult circles, because, to be honest, these days they avoid anything like abilities and gifts. Sorry, that got interrupted. I've got two damn black labs here and a black cat that are clamouring for my attention and trying to steal my props. Anyhow, what I was saying was this. It occurs to me we've got a teachable moment, because what seems entirely obvious to me clearly isn't to most people. So, I'm thinking about the fact that I found this nest and I took it to the Omen that I did, and some of you might be thinking, where the fuck you get that from? Okay, let's be straightforward on it. I'm walking along, and the important thing, I think, and it is an important thing, I said it out loud. I'd said, what if this doesn't work? This is not what I do. Plumbing is not what I do. So obviously, although it makes perfect sense and it seems clear cut to me, what if I got it wrong? What if the damn pump explodes? What if? So I'm actually engaging in the situation. Then I'm walking along. I'm walking the same place that I did like minutes before, not a breath of wind, and there it is on the ground. Now, usually, of course, if you saw a nest on the ground, it's probably not a real good omen. But here's the trick. I'm walking along saying, it can't have been blown out of the tree. Okay, there's a nest. I've picked it up. I've looked at it. Now there are no eggs inside. There's no dead bodies inside. And it's actually a particular kind of nest. It's a sunbird nest. Now, those things combined give me the omen. Okay, so there's no dead bodies inside, no casualties. That's a good thing. I'm in the situation where my question is, what if this goes horribly wrong? I'm talking about my house here. No casualties. That's a good thing to hear. No eggs, no broken eggs. That means no loss of wealth, no loss of life, no loss of health. That's what eggs are for. Then you go one step further. You think, well, yeah, but the nest is not in the tree, is it? No, but it is also a sunbird nest. Now, what that tells me is that it's going to be, well, the way I related it, because sunbirds are like that. They're these tiny little nests, they're quite concealed, and they've got a little bit of a hole that they go inside, but sunbirds will come back to the same areas year after year after year and repair the nest. They don't build new ones if they can at all avoid it. In fact, other sunbirds will come back, find a nest, and then repair it themselves so that they can live in it. So then what you have is a situation where I've asked a question about whether or not a fix is going to be okay for my dwelling, if you like. I find a nest on the ground. I identify the kind of nest. No casualties, no loss of health, no loss of situation. It's going to be a fixable thing. I'm looking at it. It's solid. It's not smashed. It's not ripped apart. It's not any of those things. That is, again, a good omen. Now, the other thing to be borne in mind is, with finding a nest, of course, a lot of people would interpret that poorly. But here's the trick. I'm not looking for something to foster my belief in magic. Okay, that's incidental. I don't need that. I have stuff that happens in real practical ways, in real, actual, tangible ways every day that sort that out for me, okay? For me, believing in magic is like believing in the air conditioning. I believe in it because it happens. Happens all the time. Stuff I can't possibly explain happens all the time to me. So, it's not a matter of me going, my life is so magical, spiritual, and God has a special message for me. Yeah, bitch, it sounds like he's trying to kill you. No. for me, it's just, wow, that thing happened. How would I explain that? First things first, I would explain that as maybe the wind blew it out of the tree. No wind. It's happened in the couple of minutes since I was there last time. Maybe it was attacked by an animal. Not been attacked by an animal. Maybe it was knocked out of there by the bird itself. Not likely. They don't do that. And secondarily, there were none around. So we have a situation where something is right there in the moment that actually provides an answer to my question. And that is what the witchcraft is about. You can turn it into religion all you like. You can be spiritual fulfilled and all that sort of stuff. Feel free. Please do. But for just the old witches, just the operatives, it's about, I need something now. I don't need belief in magic. I already got that. What I need is an answer to my question. Is this going to be fine? Boom. There's your answer. You get your answer. What more do you want? And that's a thing that follows on too. Because people say, oh really, but what divination system did you use? It's an omen. It's a sign. It's right there. It's not out of a book. It's none of that sort of stuff. You ask, you get an answer. Years and years ago, my Magister Bill told me a thing about some people that I was investigating at the time. And it seems a very apt thing to mention again now. I asked them some questions about a situation that was occurring, basically to see what they'd have to say. And they said, oh, well, that could be this, and this could be that, and to be honest, you might want to read this book, and there was like this journal and this book, and it could be this and could be that, and all the rest of it. And when I told Bill to this, he just laughed, and he said, these people are no witches. And I said, well, that's okay, bold point there. And he said, no, let me tell you what a real witch does. A real witch gets asked a question, and they think, I don't know the answer to that. So what they do is they remember that they've got their own skills and their own tools and their own guides, and that's one of the major things. So you don't know the answer? Fine. You've got tools. Divination. Ask the damn question. See if you get an answer. Maybe you don't get an answer. Do you personally know an answer? No. Have your tools provided an answer? No. Then, and only then, really, do you contact your guides and say, this is what I need to know. Now, if you've been walking the walk, you should have an answer. If you don't have an answer, your tools should have an answer. If your tools don't have an answer, your guides will have an answer. Now, I'm saying the word guide here because I'm trying to be inclusive. Obviously, for us, it's God's. We have some. But that's it. It's not about going to church. It's about going, fellas, I need something. They provide. We give the attention. They provide the cash. It's all good. Obviously, I don't mean cash. Don't be a twerp interrupting me with that silliness. Anyway, the point here is, as you said, they don't know the answer. They're telling you to go and find the answer yourself because they're not providing it, and clearly they don't have it. Oh well. Oh look. Another sign. I could ignore it, but it's the boss, and I ain't that kind of witch.